Hello, I'm Rob Willett, and this is your Inner Being channel, a place where you can stop, connect, breathe, and remember what is important. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We are always struggling with the day to day life, and we're always hoping and trying to figure out how it is that we can have total control and live our lives as though nothing is wrong, nothing is bothering us, that everything is flowing nicely. But the problem is there is always stuff coming at you every single day. Things are happening to you all the time, and it's frustrating. And we try to not go crazy in our minds. We try to not get too frustrated. Try not to get too stressed out about it. And people are asking me, what are some of the tricks that I know on how I live my life as though things aren't such a big deal? What you focus on is what matters. And this is what the key is. And what I'm going to show you today, how you can live day to day going through all of those struggles and yet still manage to have it in you to be free in your mind, to be not bound by all of the stuff that's happening around you, and to be able to enjoy life and not fake it. When I was young, I grew up in a home. I'm the youngest of six kids. And just by the nature of living in a full house and being the youngest, I could tell you that I've had some my own conflicts with my family, being the young, short runt of the family, which I am now the tallest, by the way. But on top of that, I lived in a bad neighborhood. And this bad neighborhood was full of kids who liked to cause trouble. I mean, we had fighters, we had those who liked to steal, we had those who liked to curse and swear. Again, we're young children. That was a big deal. And and that didn't end throughout all of my teenage years heading into my college years. People around me all the time causing me stress because if I got in any trouble, I had to deal with this situation through every single one of my family members. Starting from my closest to my age, I had a sister who was a good buddy. I had my brother next up in line who was also, we still had circles of friends. But then the upper tiers of my family, the older brothers and sisters of mine, I had to go through them, which meant all of that disappointment was weighing on my shoulders before I even hit my parents. Then when I got to my parents, then you're dealing with some sort of punishment for any of the wrongdoings that I may have done. And through and so hanging out with my friends as they were doing the bad stuff almost on a daily basis, I had anxieties just by whether or not I was going to do what they were doing or avoid doing what they were doing. And if I avoided doing what they were doing, it meant that I would get attacked by them, I would get made fun of by them. I was the easy target, to say the least. And so I live with this fear. And so when I would eventually cave in to doing a little wrongdoing, I never felt good. I always felt like something was wrong. I would look towards guidance. I would say my prayers. I would I would talk to whatever it was that was listening to me. And I pray that there was a God. And I pray that there was angels and all that looking out for me. Just so that they would know that in my heart I was a good person, but I never felt right. So, needless to say, my flow was off. And that is really what is happening in all of our lives. There is a certain energy flow that is flowing through our day, flowing through your mind, through your body. And when that is off, you feel off. And so when you're doing something wrong and it's eating you up inside, that means that flow is off. Maybe somebody's making you angry. Maybe those things that you can't control are in your daily lives and then it's making you angry. We have to learn to deal with that because that's when the flow is off. And when that flow is off, you're living in misery. I learned from a very young age that you have to learn from your mistakes. Learn to take responsibility for your actions. Because if you learn from your mistakes, you bring that alignment back and then you can move forward. But if you don't learn, then you're going to be stuck. You'll always be stuck. You'll be in a perpetual motion of repeating the same things because you have that same frame of mind because you've never grown. You've never taken responsibility for these things. So that is why when people look at me and they think that I'm living my life like I just don't care, um, I ask myself these questions whenever I feel like there is something that's challenging. I absolutely do care, by the way, but I have to first ask myself, in this situation, is there anything that I can do that is within my control? And then you sit, you may meditate on it. You may just take some time, go for a cigarette, go to the washroom, take a bit of a break and just think to yourself, what can I do? But if there's nothing you can do to control your situation, then you need to move on. But regardless of what happens, you need to be able to put these things into the past because in the past, it's gone now. You can't travel back there in your mind and hope that you're going to be able to turn the clock and make those changes again. All you can do is move forward and make the proper changes that feel right to you. And when you are going day to day and you are misaligned, this energy is not flowing well, you're just going to fumble over and over and over again. But if you are in alignment, things go smooth. That doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen, that challenges aren't going to come their way, but you have a flow. Whenever I get into a flow, whether it be an artistic flow where I was just painting all the time and I can paint for hours and I can just go for hours without realizing the time because I'm in a flow. Things just go by faster, quicker, smoother, and better. And if you are someone, well, surely you know what I'm talking about. When you're in sports, perhaps maybe pick when you're in that sports game and you are on fire and you're on the flow. Remember this. What you focus on matters. I can see negative things all day long. And if I choose to focus on that, I'm just going to be sad and depressed. So I need to focus on things that are much, much more happier because those are the things that I have control of. So these are the things that help you stay in the flow, the positive flow, get things going, even when things are feeling crappy. If it's something that I have done, I have to admit that I have done it and I have to accept that I've done it and then I have to learn from it. And then I can step forward the next day or from that moment on, just, you know, because if you allow yourself to, if you accept what you have done, then you put that into the past. I am not that person tomorrow. I will not be that person tomorrow. I will be changed. And I will not allow other people to keep putting at my face of what I had done in the past. That's just another way we shouldn't be doing that to other people. So realize if you're making other people feel bad for their past, you need to stop right there. As long as they are moving forward, as long as they are learning from their mistakes, then allow them to breathe and live their new life, for they are not the same person that they were the day before. But if they keep repeating their problems, if they keep repeating the same mistakes all the time, as well as if you keep repeating the same mistakes all the time, you will be living in this misaligned flow state. That's a lot for today. I hope that resonates with you. I hope that gives you a moment to reflect and remember what is important in life, and take a look at yourself, and realize that you are important and what you do matters. So make those moments good for yourself. And until next time, enjoy life. Peace and love, man. Take care. And I wish you well.